Hello, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're moving on to another 6-pan palette, and it's called Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation. Now we were doing I guess spin-offs of the first or companion palettes to the first, because Sublime is the second palette. And I find this interesting because honestly, I would have thought this would have matched the Decadence palette, looking at the packaging with the crowns and jewels and stuff. However, it's Bronze Temptation, and let me take it out. I will say that it does look like that, but honestly, right off the bat, when I look at this palette, let me show it to you. It kind of looks like a Christmas palette. A little bit. I don't know why it does, but it does. The packaging, of course, is gorgeous, and the colors are gorgeous. I mean, I can see, I did a very simple look today, in theory. I'm trying to figure out how this goes again now. Okay. Due to the fact that I just wasn't feeling the green and that dark, I guess it'd be like a, I don't know, almost like different color. It looks red and then on it bronze. I don't know. I mean, it is a beautiful color, don't get me wrong, and I could have added that to the outer corner, I suppose. But I kind of just wanted to stick with a very simple look out of this palette because I haven't really done that. So I'm using my Morphe brushes. We're going to go in with the M456, and I'm going to go into the lightest matte brown, which is called Burning Desire. We're going to start with it. And I really was just going to do like a simple look. Well, I did do a simple look. I was going to use one of the more poppy colors. But sometimes you just feel like, you know, a regular look in a sense. Just an everyday, nothing too, you know, flashy or eye-catching, I guess. I mean, I still think this look turned out really pretty. But it goes to show that, you know, these palettes can be made for every day. Yes, they're very intimidating looking. Some of them, I'm not going to lie. When I opened this palette, I really did just, I was like, oh, what do I do? Because there's that green and then that really pretty, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a red, gold, bronze color. But I'm really good with description, aren't I? But it becomes intimidating. And actually, the bigger the palettes, the more intimidating it gets for myself. But also understand that I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a consumer of makeup. So technically, when I'm looking at this, I don't see what, you know, they see technically all the time. After looking at it for a little while, I kind of can see a Bronze Temptation in that. But then I'm like, I don't know. I'm more seeing like a Christmas theme in a sense. I don't know. I don't know if it's just that green in there. I don't know. But it isn't the same green either that's in the big Mothership palette. I checked to make sure. But again, I don't know the story behind these palettes, to be honest. And not that I need to know the story, you know, if it's a pretty palette, I'm going to buy it. But like Natasha Denona, when she does her like minis, they're supposed to be like a sort of a spin-off of, you know, the larger ones, you know. So I don't know. I mean, I could see this one working with the larger one, but I don't know if that's what it's even intended to do, to be honest. I'm sort of just building this color up. I am kind of working a little fast because I had to kick the air conditioner off so that I can do this, or all you'll hear is the air conditioner running, because I've never heard a louder air conditioner than the one that's in this room. Seriously. It's just so loud. I don't even understand it sometimes. Again, I'm trying to get it to look like the other one, Mother Eye, which is hard, so hard. I think I've decided I'm going to buy some devices and test them, because I'm so curious now. Like, I know nothing's going to, like, you know, rewind time. But maybe I could slow it down using these devices that everybody says are so good. I'm just curious, though, on them. Because that's a lot of money, some of them. And it's not that I don't trust influencers, obviously. I watch them. And they seem very knowledgeable in the product. And some even will show, like, beginning and ending, like, results for, like, 3 to 6 months and stuff. But I don't know. Because I'm like, well, that, you know, because, like, makeup, it doesn't always work for everybody. So maybe those devices don't. And it would suck to spend that kind of money and have no luck with it. You know what I mean? Alright, I think I got it even. I don't know. It is so hard, and I've got to get faster. I know that. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to get faster, but I know I got to get faster. Alright, I'm going to take that same shade, and I'm going to run it on my lower lash line. I'm using it at M431. I have found, I've used these now for a while, these Morphe brushes. Well, not a while, but a couple times with these palettes. And these particular brushes work fine with these colors. I don't have any problems with them, so I don't know. I'm curious now to, I've got others, so we know Morphe works, we know the Rephr works. I mean, I could try, like, what else do I have? I have Real Techniques brushes. And I have the Sigma. And I have ColourPop brushes. So maybe I should give them a try. That way maybe I can come across what everybody was talking about and having problems with. Alright, so that was the shade Burning Desire. Now I'm going to go into Dark Paradise. And we're going to put that just on the outer part here. Just tapping it on. M506. Okay. This is definitely a darker color for me. I will say patting them on and then trying to blend it out is somewhat easier than just like dipping your brush in and laying it down, because 9 out of 10, wherever you laid that color down, it is really dark. But when you sort of pat it, I mean, I guess the first initial, you know, pat's going to be the darkest, but for whatever the reason, it does work better. I've been trying to research a little bit on these palettes, on like what makes them perform better and stuff. because the fact that I do have, you know, hooded eyes and downturned and aging, you know, I got wrinkles and folds, and sometimes shadows don't want to work the way I want them to anyway. And not because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's probably a part of it, yeah. But, I mean, you know, if I use one palette and do something and it works, then to me it's like, why is this not working? But, like I said, brushes play a part. They do. Your tools definitely play a part. And what you're comfortable with, too, plays a part. If you're not comfortable with certain shadows, then you're going to have more issues because you're just kind of like, it's like you're kind of scared of them. I'm just using that first brush to kind of, I don't want to lose that color. I am so hungry. But I wanted to film this first. Okay. I think I got it. Kind of won't know until it all comes together, but okay. Let's go on with the next shade. We can always darken it up. So the next shade I went into was Provocatrix with a M124, and I'm not going to wet it. We're just going to pat it on. And I will say also that if you do have aging eyes, you know, these shadows are going to lay in wrinkles. It's not too bad though, like it does emphasize a little bit, but not that bad. But me personally, like, I don't care if it emphasizes because it's so shiny and pretty that I'll take it. But that's me. Some people don't. And I understand that. But me personally, you can give me anything shiny and pretty and I'll take it. I did get a little bit of fallout with this shade, but I didn't wet it and I didn't use any kind of anything to, you know, lay it down with. So I knew there was a chance for it, but I'm okay with that. All right. I'm just making sure I got both eyes the same. I think I need a little bit more darkness over here though. Okay, then I'm gonna take, this is a Sigma brush, E21. I love this for my outer corner. This little brush here, I just absolutely love it. And I'm going to go into Celestial. It's a smudge brush, but I just love it for my inner corner. And I'm not going to wet this, and I'm just going to pop it right on my inner corner. I mean, this palette actually is really pretty. I mean, not that I didn't think it would be, but I'm going to take a Sigma E16, and we're going to go into that one color that I put on my finger. It's called Corruption, but I'm just going to tight line with it. It's that color I was trying to describe to you. And I'm literally just running it right on the lash line. Or right below it, I mean. This would be a pretty color though, if in the outer corner. I should have did it. I should have. But I really didn't want to. I really wanted to keep it in a not simple, because I don't think you can do any Pat McGrath and be simple. Because the palettes are just so good. But I think it turned out pretty good. I do think that this side needs a little more blending, maybe. And then may need a little bit on this side. Just to match it up. And again, I'm not a makeup artist, so y'all do your makeup the way you want and what you think looks best on you and what you feel good in. And the same with like using the color story, use it the way you want to use it. I'm just revisiting these palettes because I've honestly, I mean, I know it sounds awful, but I just forgot about them. And it's not that like I didn't forget about them, because like if somebody said, what do you have? Or if somebody took something from my collection, I would know like immediately. Like I'm that bad about it. If my daughter borrows something, I'm like, it is missing. I know it's missing. I was like, I don't know where it's at, but it's missing. I know it is. My fiance would be like, how would you know if something's missing? I'm like, I know. Trust me, I know. He's like, okay, gotcha. I'm like, I feel like we would all know, right? You would know if something was missing, wouldn't you? I feel like you would. Just getting this closer. I'm going to curl my lashes. And I do feel like this look could, again, be amped up with lashes, as any look could. Or even with a black mascara. But I kind of wanted to tone it down if I could. Like, sometimes you can't, but I just wanted to try. So I'm using their Real and the brown mascara. I'm assuming it's just called brown, but it could be something else. But it's the only brown mascara I have. Right now, so. And it's an okay brown. It's not necessarily my favorite. I did think I had a different brown once that I liked it a little bit better. But this does do the job. The only thing with this is it's so prickly, but that's with all they're real. Because the brush is rubber. And if you make a mistake, let me tell you, you feel it. You pay for it dearly. But I do think the brown kind of does tone this look down a little bit. And I hope it doesn't smudge. I've never used, I don't remember how it wore really on my bottom lashes. I don't even know if I've ever used it on my bottom lashes before. But I'm hoping that it doesn't smudge. Alright. I need to buy a new brown mascara though. Badly. Oh, see? Get you. And then you're in trouble. Alright, I'm leaving it alone right there. That's it. Alright, for waterline, I haven't used this in a while, but I actually didn't use a ColourPop. I used a Urban Decay in Amber, and I thought it looked really nice in the waterline, especially with like these tones. I mean, I think it's kind of a bronzy look, and the palette overall I think is kind of bronzy. Hold on, let me grab it again. But, I mean, it's not like... when I think of bronze though now, I think of Natasha Denonna's bronze palette. You know what I mean? That's what I think of when I think of a bronze. Not to say that there's not other palettes that look bronzy, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this says bronzy to you? I don't know. Nonetheless, it is beautiful. That is for sure. So this again was the, let me put this back in there. I'll end up messing that up next. The Pat McGrath Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation. I am so glad that I decided just to do this, just to go through my collection. It has kind of slowed me down on my buying. Not that there's really been that many releases, but there has been some. But it has slowed me down on my buying because I'm revisiting all of this. But I'm like really finding palettes that I truly enjoy. I really do enjoy this look. I mean, I think it looks really pretty, this palette does. And yeah, it kind of took me a little bit, but I'm talking and you know, that sort of stuff. Trying to describe the shadows the best I can. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. I don't know how many more I got. I think 3 more of these. And then, of course, the 2 Bridgerton ones. Yeah, so I got 5 more of these I think I left to do. And then the 4 pan palettes. Oh no. I have so many of them. And some of them I really just don't even know what I'm going to do. Because when I'm looking at them, like, I don't see a cohesive look out of them. So it's going to be quite interesting. We may have to tweak that 4 pan palette situation to where I can use something. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to probably use something on some of them. Maybe some of them I don't. Because I do remember playing with a couple that I did create a cohesive look out of them. But I also know there's some of them, there's no way I'm coming up with an idea to create a cohesive look. I just know I can't. I'm not that skilled. I'm just not. But that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. Oh, for lips, I decided to use my Subculture MAC lip pencil with a little bit of, what is that word? Serena Buxom Full On Plumping Lip Polish. I like this. I don't know what I've been doing. I really like this. Everybody talks about the Fenty glosses, and I like them. I do. And they're completely different things. This does kind of put a cooling sensation on your lips. And I would say it does plump a teeny bit. But even at that, like, I just like the feeling of it. Now, I don't think the smell. I think Fenty, I mean, this has a nice smell. A vanilla smell. It's not as strong as the Fenty. I mean, they smell amazing. But look at that. I mean, it's pretty. But I found a couple of them. This one's Samantha. I have a White Russian, I think. I don't know. I got a couple of different ones that I found, and that's that in itself. Well, you can kind of see the lip product situation. And then I got a top shelf up here with lip products. Down here's, well, these are mascaras. Oh, somebody should have stopped me. You know the other thing I was thinking about doing, though? Because I just want to waste y'all's time, apparently. No, really, though. Was, do you ever just sit there and wonder about how much money you have spent on the next best thing? I have. And I'm almost tempted to go through everything, figure out what I paid for it, or try to figure it out. I mean, obviously, my credit card would tell me a lot. Don't worry, it's prepaid. I'm not in debt. But, like, I'm sure I got some of these things on sale. But I'm sure I didn't on some things, too. So, I'm wondering. It's a good idea, I think. Could you imagine, though, like, I have a full, this is all Pat McGrath right here. Then I got her big lipsticks up here. So just like if I added up, of course I have an obsession with the Pat McGrath stuff. And Natasha. I do. I know I do. I need to stop. But that's all I got for you today. Anyways, you guys stay safe and stay healthy out there. Bye.